Hi everybody, welcome to Truen Group's Seller VIP series, and today we're going to talk about how much does it cost to sell? What are those fees? Hey everybody, welcome to Truen Group. Whatever your real estate needs are, whether you're upsizing, downsizing, you're a first-time homeowner, or you're an investor, maybe you're looking for that vacation property, we're here to guide you. So let's get started. So, you sold your house for $300,000. What are you going to walk away with? Well, there's some things to consider. And the first thing is closing costs. So part of the closing cost for you, like in Minnesota, you, the seller, pays state deed tax. So that's tax, kind of like a sales tax on your house. There's also other closing costs, owner's title insurance. In Minnesota, typically the buyer pays that. In Wisconsin, part of the contract, they may ask you to pay that. And so that's an insurance that basically said you own the house, you have the right to sell it, and it kind of guarantees the buyer that no one's going to come in and try and take any of those rights away from them. Then there's title fees that go to the title company. They're the ones handling all the closing documents, and they're the ones that handle the actual closing itself, and so of course they get paid for that. And then there's commissions. So when you sign a listing contract, there's a certain percent of commission, and that part of that commission, it gets paid to your listing agent's brokerage, but from that commission, part of it goes to the buy side and part of it goes to the listing side. And so your listing agent will explain the commission when you sit down and sign the listing contract. Then other fees that could be included or come out of your proceeds would be a home warranty. Now the home warranty is basically if you put one on while you're listed, it will cover you during the listing, and then it covers the buyer for the first year. This is something to talk to your agent about. Is your furnace, your AC really old? Are all your appliances old? Is there something that would make the buyer feel more comfortable buying your home? Because they know for at least the first year, if any of that breaks, it's covered under a warranty. Something to talk to your agent about. That's an additional cost. And then there's buyer's closing costs. You have your closing costs, they have theirs. But in the offer, they might say, hey, we're willing to pay this much for the house, but we want you to give us some pay some closing costs towards theirs. And the reason they do that is they might qualify for more but not have a lot of cash, or there might be some repairs needed on the home and they want the money in the bank to keep that. So we'll negotiate that when we look at the offer. If you're asking for $300 for the home and they want you to pay $5,000 in closing costs, that's $295 to you, right? But maybe they're saying we're willing to pay $305 and ask for that $5. So you're back at your asking price, and that's okay. So again, that's something that we'll negotiate along the way. The other things that come out of your proceeds are prorations. So the state tax, Wisconsin pays the year before, we pay the current year, but basically we prorate that to the day of closing. If you had HOA fees, those get paid off. Those are also prorated. And if you were someone who escrowed your taxes and your insurance, all of that stuff is paid off, and you might have money left over in escrow, and they will refund the balance back to you. So don't worry, you're not leaving money there. And then, of course, the mortgage payoff. So whatever you still have a balance of, that will be paid off also by the title company from the proceeds of the sale. So you sold your house for $300, you're not walking away with $300, but we have a form, a seller's estimated expense sheet, where we can plug in all these numbers, again, estimated based on the sale and the closing date, and give you a pretty good idea of what you'll walk away with. And then when you get closer, you'll get a final settlement statement from the title company saying specifically what you'll walk away with. So that's what we're here for, to explain all of these numbers as we go along based on the offer and what's in the contract, and to get you to close. So if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate. Contact us. We're here to guide you. Before you go, if you'd like a worksheet that helps you calculate the cost to sell your home, click on the link below.